Hi guys, and welcome back to the Real Family Reviews podcast, formerly known as D&D Reviews. And I just wanted to hop on here for like just a couple of minutes before this review, just to say that. And so, if you don't really care about the channel, any differences we made, I'll put the like time code on screen to skip to, just to see the review of whatever movie this is. But yeah, I just wanted to say that we have some changes now. First of all, I want to say sorry we didn't upload in the last couple of weeks, but it's because we were getting ready for all these differences that we've now done, which first of all includes the fact that we now have video.
You can see us.
Yeah. This is something that when we first started the channel and when we were like kind of, you know, talking about making the channel, we always said we wanted to do video. And it just actually didn't work out over the summer. We just ended up doing a bunch of audio-only reviews of those movies. And we really love those reviews still. Like,
we do, yeah.
Even without the video aspect. But
they're like our idiot children.
We did think there was something missing, so we just decided to go ahead and do it. Same with when we even started our channel. Like, we still had so much things we needed to figure out. But we were like, we've been saying for a while, let's just go ahead and do it and just start recording. And it, you know, ended up, like, we really do love doing this. So now we have video is basically what my point is. That yeah, we do have video now. Another thing is that we do have social medias. We've had them for about a month, but I'm going to start posting on those more. I've linked them all down below. And yeah, go follow us there, because then you'll know like what movie reviews we're going to be doing. Like, you'll know what review is going out every Sunday. And the third one is the fact that we have now changed our name. As much as we love D&D Reviews as a name, we were getting kind of a lot of feedback from like friends and family, close friends and family, who were saying it just feels very much...
They couldn't find us.
They couldn't find us. Anytime you type D&D, it just goes to Dungeons and Dragons, which, you know, is whatever it is, like, for us. Like, that's not why we made the channel, for a Dungeons and Dragons theme.
I liked the film.
We just liked D&D Reviews, like Dad and Daughter Reviews as a name. So we initially were thinking, okay, let's just change our name to D&D Reviews, like Dad and Daughter Reviews, but it would not allow it. YouTube was like, that's too many like, you know, words for a name. So we kind of just settled on a few different options. One of them being Popcorn and Parent, which
I like it.
I think Popcorn and Parent's fun, but we do already say popcorn in our like intro.
Yeah.
Grab the popcorn, so it felt like too much. We ended up settling on the Real Family Reviews podcast, or Real Family Reviews, but real spelt like film reel, like REEL, so it felt like a fun little, you know, it still is because we still very much, that's all we are. We talk about film, play games surrounding that, and, you know, we're not going to obviously go into talking about anything else, so we still wanted it to be surrounding the fact that we do reviews on that subject.
Because we like films and we go to a lot of films.
So yeah, but that's all the changes. We are now going to be uploading every single week, every single Sunday. We'll get a review out there, or a game, or whatever we're going to do. But now, one of the things we really wanted to do was do trailer reactions, or reactions to other things surrounding film, which obviously now we can do because we have the video aspect of this. So obviously award season is coming up, and we're going to be watching. And I thought, you know, when the nominations come out, we can make like not a reaction video of us, you know, reacting when the awards come out.
We do like the awards.
Just other reaction videos which we can do now, because obviously we've got the video aspect. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Obviously, it won't change it if you just listen to the reviews anyway. Then obviously it won't really change it if you know, you won't really realize now, because obviously you're just listening to it. But yeah, if that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoy the review for whatever one this is. But yeah, thank you so much for listening, and, you know, really appreciate you guys. So, bye. Hi, and welcome back to the Real Family Reviews podcast, formerly known as D&D Reviews. I'm the daughter.
And I'm the dad.
And grab some popcorn, because today we are talking about The Black Phone 2, which we got the poster for when we went to see it yesterday.
Yeah.
I had a bad dream.
Hello, Finney. our story was over, you're dead. You, of all people, know that dead is just a word. He's here.
Sequel to obviously Black Phone came out 2022. Go see it because we're gonna come back for our views because we're gonna be spoiling it. How did you? Look, side note for because this is a sequel, we did watch the original but not together.
Yeah.
I was in Florida. You watched it at the cinema.
Okay. Yeah.
The cinema here, and then I ended up just watching it like a year later on Netflix. Like I didn't watch it in the theater or anything. But we have both seen the original. So going into this, we both knew what the original was and all that. So original, which is based on a book by Joe Hill, who's the
short story by Joe Hill.
Short, okay.
Yeah.
But son of Stephen King, felt very Stephen King. The original did. This is not based on anything.
This is.
I'm sorry. I asked the question. How did you enjoy it?
This is random. This is a really random sort of film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably a very unnecessary sequel.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't kind of get it.
When they announced this, I was thinking very unnecessary. In the original, for a quick little rundown, if no one's seen it, which you should go watch both of these movies.
Yeah.
Finley is 12-year-old. He gets captured by the grabber, who is a serial killer who kills other boys down in the same basement that Finley is now held in.
Keeps them
There is a
prisoner.
black phone on the wall that doesn't work. It's not connected to anything. But Finley's able to overcome the grabber, who's played by Ethan Hawke, who is the serial killer in this, by using his previous victim's device, who ring him on and talk to him on the black phone, which is in the basement. He then overcomes and kills the grabber in the end, and that's kind of like the nice little, it all ends there. This movie did not really need to be made, to be honest. It feels very, and not even before we watched it, I thought to myself, this is a very unnecessary sequel. I wonder if it's going to be good, because the original is a pretty good movie. And it's just fine. It's okay. It's a fine movie.
It's okay. But
so kind of unnecessary.
It's such a different sort of horror because it was.
We did say that the original is that he is a real life human serial killer with supernatural elements. This whole movie, this second one, is just supernatural.
Yeah. I mean, it could have been. I mean, the bit that is supernatural is the phone. But he's been kept prisoner in the cellar, which is where all these boys are kept in the cellar before they get murdered.
They get killed.
And the grabber, played by Ethan Hawke, who has a hideous mask and everything, but he plays these tricks on them, like he leaves the door open at one point.
He does this thing.
He's done that to all the other boys, and he's going to go out the door, and the voices say, "Don't do it. He's waiting for you. Beat the living shit out of me and so he doesn't." And Ethan Hawke, if you remember that bit in the original, he's sat there with his hideous mask and he's going
he's waiting for them.
So the horror of it is, but the real genuine horror of it is this horrible serial killer. You think, oh my god, because that's happened to people.
I know.
And that is frightening.
I don't think this has happened to anybody. The second one.
No, exactly, because it's just supernatural. It's just supernatural.
Yeah, it's a bit annoying because it's one of those horror movie sequels which they do with the later Halloween movies, they do with the Friday movies, where it tries to delve more into the backstory of the main villain of the original. And this, it's that actually his first ever victims were at Alpine Lake in upstate Colorado. He killed 3 boys.
A Christian youth camp.
He killed 3 boys in the 1950s or something.
They disappeared at that time, didn't they?
Wild Bill.
Which is what you learn, isn't it? That they found some of their clothes that were bloodstained, but they never found the bodies. He worked at this camp, and this was his first. So it kind of delves more into the backstory of the grabber, which is just kind of unnecessary. You don't really need to know. I mean, it's what anytime there's a real life serial killer, there's a million studies on why did Ted Bundy end up this way, and did Jeffrey Dahmer's abuse it, and all these things, and it's it doesn't really matter in the end, does it? And it's more.
It's
and Finley was the So it's 4 years later.
4 years later, because the original's 97.
Finley's kind of cracking up.
Yeah.
Because he's fighting with people at school.
He would have PTSD.
He would.
He not only did he almost get killed, he killed someone.
But this happened in 78, and now it's 82. So we didn't really recognise things like that. It's like pat on the back, well done.
It reminds me of, not to diverge from the movie, Motherless Brooklyn, which we think is so amazing.
Yeah.
Franco, do you remember
Frankie
that?
Frank's
Frank boy.
Yeah.
Frank Minna, Private Eye.
Boys.
Frankly, Franco.
Basically, Edward Norton plays a character who has Tourette's. It's set in the 1950s, and he just forever tells people, I have a tick in my brain. Tourette's wasn't a known term back then. So, obviously, he would just say, I have a tick in my brain, like, that's fine. Like, then people are like, okay, that's...
But when you listen to jazz, he understands it.
But in this,
goes to show
oh yeah, because it's the guy from The Wire who plays the bass player. It says like, you got a brain just like mine, always turning things around.
Yeah,
like some people call it a gift.
Backwards, yeah.
We love that
curse,
movie.
Yeah.
You're webbed up in this somehow, and these people aren't going to stop.
If you got a head just like mine, always turning things around. Some people call it a gift, but it's a brain affliction just the same.
You remember what I said?
But yeah, basically, what was my point?
I don't know.
No, I'm sorry, that PTSD wasn't widely known in the 1980s like it is now.
So the fact that Finn's cracking up is he's just seen as being a bully. He's beating kids up at school because they say he's smoking weed and what have you. But meanwhile, his dad, who was an alcoholic in the first...
Oh my god.
Has stopped drinking.
I love the dad in this movie now.
Even though he was like born with a beard and he still got it.
Because it cuts back to when they were a kid. Because this movie also tries to do something. In the original, they just say, our mum died of suicide 7 years ago. Fine, beautiful, like, clean, that's fine. In this, it actually goes, no, actually, she was killed. She knew... The coincidences you would have to go to that the grabber who kidnapped Finn when he was 12 and he ended up killing the grabber also knew the mum from when they worked at a Christian camp together like 20 years ago and then killed her.
Because she realised he was the guy.
The same person that killed his mum ended up kidnapping him just by coincidence. It wasn't like, I know that.
And staged it
to look
by hanging her body.
But the dad looks like literally
But when she hung us, and people when they hang themselves and their toes are almost touching the ground. She hung herself and her feet were 4 feet off the ground. You think, well, how did she manage to kill herself? Because the stool wasn't like high enough. Yeah, and the dad found her.
Somebody said something about the dad. So the dad in the original is like pretty abusive, Stephen King-esque dad, and he is a drinker. Someone said, and it's 3 years later, and he even said, "I'm getting my 3-year chip." Like he ended up being sober. I think probably because of shock of like the son almost dying.
Yeah, and he was going to lose.
Someone said, "Very happy the dad's sober up and he's treating his kids better." And then someone said, when the daughter, I know, right? When the daughter called him out at the end, I low-key felt myself defending the dad, like, "Hey, wait, he's sober now."
He's trying.
Yeah, he's trying.
Well, that's the thing about this film. Funny. Finn, so you think the battle would be, it was Finn versus the grabber. So you think this would be Finn versus the grabber part 2, but it's not. It's his sister.
Yeah, the sister is the Madeleine
because
McGraw
she has these.
Is the main character in this.
She sleepwalks. And she has these nightmares.
I said it to you, but it almost feels like Finn died in the original, and that she is now defending herself against the grabber. Yeah, Finn's still alive, but yet he is treated like a secondary.
Yeah, he is a secondary character,
secondary protagonist, so that the sister could take up the.
But he keeps hearing the phones ringing all over, and he picks them up. I mean, he's there. He's walking down the road, and there's a phone box with it, and it says out of order. Terrible town to live in because all the phones are out of order. Yeah. And it starts ringing, so he picks it up and he just goes, "I can't help you," and hangs up with it. He does that all the time.
A lot of the time. So he must have been the
You think he would question?
After what happened to him in the original, he probably wouldn't, because the dead people were ringing him on the.
Yeah, but she. Yeah. So that's kind of his part in it. But she sleepwalks, and she has a dream where the boy is he's under ice. and he scratches WBH, which we then find out means Wild Bill Hickok, which was the nickname of the grabber when he was at the camp.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because other people getting dreams. The mum was getting dreams of numbers, like the same, scratching into...
Because it's a phone number, and then she phones up.
Yeah, if you are not into the supernatural side of the original, this movie is just completely supernatural.
Yeah, that's 100%.
There's no human...
There's not. It's not real.
The grabber, and I mean, from the trailer, you probably would know that because he literally says "dead" is just a word. Like he knows he's dead. They're not trying to say the grabber didn't die in the original. They're not trying to have him show up like in EastEnders when they're like, "You died like so long ago."
But he's in hell
he
now,
is dead.
isn't he? Yeah.
But that he is just showing up after he got killed by Finn. He started haunting the camp he used to work at, and where his original maybe victims, even though they're probably in another movie they're going to say that actually no, he killed people when he was like 10.
He's haunting the sister as well, isn't he, in a way?
Yeah.
As are the three boys who died at the camp.
I think that Madeleine McGraw is okay in this movie. She plays the sister character, but I really just wish that Finn was the main character because it doesn't really make any, other than the fact that she's the one that gets the, because I feel like the reason they did it is because she is the one that actually gets the dreams. Like Finn doesn't. He could speak to. We compared it to The Shining. No offense to Joe Hill. I know you're Stephen. You are your own person, but Stephen King. Like it just feels very Stephen King-esque because he tends to make a lot of like movies that just have a tiny bit of supernatural element, like The Shining.
And then
The Shining, Jack Torrance in that is a real life killer. Like he's a real life guy who's trying to kill. He's trying to do whatever he's trying to do. The Shining is
he's
not
possessed, isn't
we
he?
We don't love The Shining.
Yeah,
we're not fans. Anyway, the movie, not the book. Same with Stephen King. He wasn't a huge fan of the movie. But Danny has the shine in that. He has this thing where he's able to kind of sense stuff. And Dick says to him in The Shining, like, "Oh, everyone has a bit of it, but we were able to like have it more."
Yeah.
She called it shining. And for a long time, I thought it was just the two of us that had the shine to us. Just like you probably thought you was the only one. But there are other folks, though mostly they don't know it or don't believe it. How long have you been able to do it?
And that's kind of what it is. Finn has some of the shine, which is why he's able to speak to like the other dead kids in the original. But the sister actually fully has the ability to dream these things.
She can see and hear and understand it all.
Something that's a bit annoying is the fact that this movie is literally basically Nightmare on Elm Street. I feel like they even... It felt like they were going to say the line.
Because you said at the time, didn't you?
I said it. Nightmare on Elm Street came out in 1984. This movie's set in 1982. I thought that one of the characters was going to say, yeah, he's like Freddy Krueger or something.
And you were going to leap to your feet.
I would have said, no, that's not right. These characters would not know that because it's only 1982. Yeah. They never said it. But I think it's so not inspired. It kind of is ripped off. They even almost say the line of "If you die in your dream, you die in real life." She gets cut. She gets hurt in her dreams, she even says, "If I die in this dimension, am I going to die?"
She has those bruises where she's been grabbed.
So it kind of feels like very nightmare-esque. Like you die in your dream. There's a guy chasing you in your dreams who you can kill in real life, and you're able to pull things into the real world. Very Nightmare on Elm Street, which is just a bit like...
Yeah, because she can see the grabber, but so can Finn. But the rest of the people can't. They're at the camp. They can't see him, can they?
Couldn't. Finn never saw the grabber.
Right? So, you know when she was spinning around and what have you.
That was just everyone. All they saw was just her spinning.
Couldn't he see? So you know,
this is the thing.
There's a bit where he was skating towards them.
And he
got an axe. So all they could see were
all they could see is that. That's why Finn was like grabbing round at like things. And he's smashing nothing into the ice, but it was actually the grabber he was smashing, but you can't see.
Oh right, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I know what you're gonna. I thought you were gonna say that when they're at the phone booth, can't he see the grabber talking?
Yeah,
but he can't. He could just hear him, but we can see the grabber
because he's looking in at him, isn't he? I wondered why he didn't turn around and react
but I think it's because in the original he can never see those boys. Those boys, for our purposes, were there sitting next to him while he was on the phone. He can't just turn to them and talk, but they're there for our purposes so that we know who they are, that they're the victims, that they're all bloodied. But he can never physically see them. He could hear them on the phone. She can see them.
I mean, there was a good,
and the grabber.
There was a good jumpy bit where she's in the dormitory on her own, and she looks under the bed.
Oh, this is scary, actually.
And it was, and there was one of them there, all blood stained and everything, and he starts coming out, and you think they're going to get her, and then there's one and one's coming through the window.
I don't like that.
And they try and he tries to in the phone booth. He's like trying to do the window or what have you, and he slams, and it cuts the kid's head in off.
Yeah, the window.
And half the faces. That was good. Half the faces on the floor. It's kind of.
That's the thing. I love the dream sequences in this. The way that
the
way they're filmed is so. Have you've never seen Sinister, right? It's Scott Derrickson, the same director, and it's Ethan Hawke plays the main character in that. And the tapes. Anyone who's watching this, the tapes are filmed in the same way. They're filmed on film grain, so they look really.
Is that what that effect is?
Yeah, it's like so like otherworldly
to show you that it's a different world, and that was really well done.
I think that they're done really well, but then everything surrounding that, like script wise, is a bit like.
Yeah, I mean, you wonder why they would go in the middle of winter. To the mountains.
Well, I said this.
I know it's a religious
retreat. I turned
retreat.
to you and said, the being at the camp covered in snow is like my worst.
Yeah, how's it a holiday for children?
How is it the kids?
I know it's meant to be religious and what have you.
Because that's the thing. I don't even know if this is set in. Is Colorado? No, Colorado can't be snowy every.
Yeah, well, it's the mountains.
But
isn't it?
Even in summer it snows there.
Well, no, but I mean,
is this a summer camp or a winter camp? Though?
I think it must be a winter camp.
Same, but then I'm thinking like. No, you're right. It must be a winter camp.
Well, it must be because the sun's not out.
Because the thing is, it's annoying because I can't really hear. But when they first arrived at the camp, there was some lines by the guy, the mono or whatever his name is, who said like, "Yeah, we tried to call everyone and tell them. Well, none of the kids had come in, but couldn't get through to it, which is why they're still able to be there. But obviously, yeah, it's kind of.
So I mean, you end up with Mono, who's a Spanish or the Mexican guy.
That's
he's
the thing.
speaking Spanish to the boyfriend character.
You got him, then you got Finn, the sister, Ernie.
And you've got the daughter of Mono, who's called Mustang.
And the niece, right? Mustang.
Is it the niece?
I think it's
the
niece.
Mustang.
Because she calls him Mono, not Dad.
Yeah.
And then you got two other people.
The couple who are religious.
Which, by the way, they remind me so much.
They're the antagonistic.
But
especially
everyone lives, and you got the dad who shows up. No one dies in this, other than if James Edge did a kill count on this, he would count no kills. Oh, he'd count the kids that died.
Yeah, but they were dead already.
Yeah, I think
you didn't see them die.
Yeah, you did because you would see. I don't know.
But they were dead already when that happened.
Yeah, but they find the bodies. They count less. He wouldn't count the mum because you already counted her in the original. Probably.
Yeah.
But no one new dies. It's just people that we already knew that died that we found out.
Yeah, but it wasn't the. It was how they saved themselves by acting together.
Yeah.
Because he got his power from the three dead boys
that they couldn't
who he'd murdered. How they couldn't find them, and he put them in barrels.
It was because the lake. They said the lake when they went missing back in the 19 whenever.
Yeah.
The lake was frozen over, so the police never checked it, and no one checked it.
Yeah, which just seems really weird. But the reason
he's a great skater.
But they said the reason he chose that, the reason he disposed of the bodies in that lake was because that's where he cut holes in the ice for ice fishing.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
But he came back.
He was a good skater.
He got power. Yeah, and he got power off those three boys, dead bodies, who were going, we don't know where we are, we're lost, help us. Which is why they had to find them and bury them and give them back to their families.
And call the family. And say that we found them.
So to defeat him, they had to find the bodies, didn't they?
Yeah.
And he needed to stop them doing that, and he wanted to get his revenge anyway on Finn. Didn't want to kill Finn. He wanted to kill.
Well, it's so random. If anyone remembers in the original, that random brother character, who's the brother of the grabber, who's just staying with him upstairs. He doesn't know anything's happening.
Yeah.
Who goes down to the basement and finds Finn there and goes, "What there?" and then gets just like accidentally headbutt.
No fucking way. I knew that he was hiding something from me down here, but holy Mary, Mother of God.
Please, help. Can you call my dad? Call my sister.
Oh, listen, don't worry, he's not here. He had to go into work. I'm Max, man. Stay calm. No wonder he's freaking out this morning. Hey, you want to know the story about how I found you, man?
No.
Hey, no. Don't worry about it. We can talk about this.
Like Dangerous Animals when the alcoholic.
That's a good. Yeah, when he at the beginning when he's like, "Welcome aboard."
Welcome aboard.
Well, for some reason, the grabber, even though that character was nothing and he killed him, he's actually upset about the fact that you made me kill my brother, the only person I loved. And it's like, what?
Which seems odd, because I didn't think he loved anybody. He was like a total sociopath.
Yeah. But he killed his brother, and he's really upset about that fact now. So to get back at Finn, he's not going to kill Finn. He's going to try and kill the sister, because Finn's whole thing is that he doesn't... his worst fear is that he can't protect Gwen.
Yeah.
So he's going to try and get Gwen, but it just made it so that then she's kind of the main character of this movie.
She does become the main character,
like a secondary person.
I mean, it was quite good when she has a bad dream, but she has bad dreams all the time. And when she speaks to Finn, she goes, "I had a bad dream." He goes, "Yeah, okay, let's get going." He completely blanks that. When is it Ernie? Is that the name of the?
Yeah.
Who becomes the boyfriend character?
The young brother of Robin, one of the boys who died.
Yeah.
The original.
Now she goes into the boys' dormitory and talks to him. He's lying in bed. She had a bad dream, and he's going, "Oh my god!" And she gets in bed with him, only to like cuddle up to him,
Yeah.
Nothing like that. And they're having this really sort of intimate talk, about their feelings and everything like that. And then suddenly, Finn goes, "Do you love me too?"
Am I beautiful?
Am I beautiful too? And everyone in the cinema laughed, the way he did it.
Funny, yeah.
He's like, "Oh my god, you've been listening all the time." It's like, well, he's in the same room, how can you expect him not to? So, but he is very protective of her against Ernie.
What was kind of confusing is the fact that, so in the original, Finn is like 12.
Yeah.
12, 13, and then she's like 10 or whatever. They're only a few years apart.
Yeah.
So then you'd think, okay, maybe Ernie, the brother, is then also in this movie supposed to be like 13. Like they're like 13 now, the sister. And then the older brother is like 16, which is on par with Robin, who died, who's the older brother. But Ernie actually drives a car in this movie. Yeah. So which means he has to be like
he has to be a similar sort of age
to
and she
Finn.
She can't be 12.
Well,
because she has some sort of physical development.
This is the thing. The original movie came out in 2022, but I think it was filmed like 2 years before that because of COVID. They tried to do stuff. Kid actors grow so quick. I remember they did it with It Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 came out. They had to de-age those kids, even though it was only 2 years later, because
suddenly
they were like 6.
Yeah.
But the original,
that's just the girls,
Mason Thomas, I think is 18 now. So he filmed that movie 5 years ago.
So that's Finn you're on about.
Finn, yeah. The actor. So
he's got to be older than 18 because he wasn't 13 at the time when they made that film.
Yeah,
he was meant to be 16.
No.
He was older than that.
Wait, what one?
Oh, you're on about the original Black Phone.
Mason Thomas right now is 18, and they filmed the original movie like 4 years ago.
The original Black Phone.
So he was 13.
This is
he
not,
was 13
not
or 14.
Black Phone 2. Yeah.
They filmed Black Phone 2 in January this year.
Okay, so he would have been 17 or 18 when that was made.
But Madeleine McGraw is 16 now.
Okay, so she'd have been 15 or 16 at the time.
I don't know, it just is, it's weird. I think it's hard because the kids grow up so quick.
Yeah, but I mean, it's how old she's meant to be as a character, which you start scratching your head over.
Side note, she, it's actually funny. Miguel Moura, who plays Ernesto in this, the brother of Robin, actually played Robin in the first.
Oh, right, okay.
I didn't realise.
Yeah, so he would have been a bit player.
But he would have had to be older than... He must now be like 19 because he would have had to... He was like 14 in the original.
But he actually looks really young.
I don't know, it's hard to kind of go by all these specifics.
Yeah, that's why you can't really analyse
Fun fact,
these
Madeleine
things.
McGraw is actually the older sister of Violet McGraw, who is in Megan, plays the kid in that.
Oh,
Remember?
Yeah.
So just fun.
She was
14,
quite good, actually, yeah. Not as good as Megan, but,
Yeah, but, so yeah, specifics aside of the ages in this, like, I don't really care about that. The dad looks completely the same as in the original. And same when he was literally, like, 20. But he looks the same.
Packing up drinking has definitely helped him.
Yeah, he's a fun character, actually. I mean, it's funny because in the original he literally hits them, but...
Yeah.
You know
what?
what?
Well, he does, he has a problem, but he's improved,
but
he's
to be
changed.
fair, the mum... he thought that?
He found her and he was trying to lift her up and everything instead of actually getting up and cutting her.
Because I thought that's the thing. He was a abusive husband and dad, but I think it's just that since her death he started drinking.
Was he an abusive dad?
That's what I thought he was.
Husband? I'm not sure.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I thought.
He became.
I thought that he was like this abusive dad and husband, but I think it's just after her death he actually became.
Yeah, I think he looks at the kids and thinks like, "Why didn't you die and leave me with my wife I loved?"
Yeah. But yeah, so there is good but I think just in general unnecessary.
If it had been made as a one-off film,
yeah,
I'd have preferred it. I'd have preferred it to be in Black Phone 2. I'd rather it was about a serial killer who's like blah blah blah, and then but not be linked to the previous film.
Oh, you mean that he was just a? What would you rather him be like a human killer in this?
Well, I'd rather that somebody sat down and wrote the story, wrote the script, and it starts in the present day, but this young boy has killed a serial killer at some point in the past.
Oh, that would be a good idea.
Rather than, we'll continue the story. It's just something in the past that happened.
Yeah, yeah.
And then his sister is having it, and it would go on from that point, because I try to link them, and I can't. I'm really struggling to link Black Phone 1 and Black Phone 2. So it's like, why have a Black Phone? Why call it Black Phone 2?
If it's not a...
Why not call it...
So we want to read it afterwards just to generally see what the general... Before we obviously go over to Rotten Tomatoes. But yeah, a lot of people are kind of saying the same thing, like, why is this sequel
even existing?
Thingy, and also that there's not a lot of the grabber. I even turned to you maybe 45 minutes, 50 minutes into the movie and was like, where is he? He's not even shown up yet.
Yeah.
And he does show up. It is funny we did say it, because he's so decked out now, and it doesn't even look like Ethan.
Yeah, I mean, but they did a good job, because obviously he's rotting, but when he pulls the mask off and his teeth are on display.
There is some fun lines. He talks to Gwen about like hell later. He's like, yeah, in hell they take all your sin, and I have so much evil to take. Yeah. But I love it later on when you said it was a reference to Dante's Inferno, possibly, which is that they're on the ice, and it's actually you'll see Finn is like killing him, and then he's like, oh, it turns out hell isn't fire, it's ice, and then he gets grabbed and pushed it falls into the lake. But I really like that aspect of it. I thought it was actually like a fun line from him.
Ice burns.
But what I thought was weird is the fact that he's not dying again. He's not going back to hell.
Well, why
would they let him out?
But doesn't he lose his power because he's got these 3 undiscovered? Which is why there's going to be a Black Phone 3, because it was like 30-something years before he killed the 3 boys, and then a few years down the line, he's snatching. He's grabbing these.
He kills 3 kids at camp.
Yeah, when he's young.
But presumably. Oh wait, no, because they would have shut the camp right after that. I was going to say
they did. They shut it the year after. It was 1957.
Yeah, okay.
They closed it in 58.
It was 58,
and then 20 years later. Yeah, 20 years later,
he kills the kids.
Yeah, so he's been grabbing kids for 2 or 3 years. Yeah. So there's at least 15 or 18 years
that's the thing,
unexplained. There've been bodies everywhere.
The grabber. There's a flashback to this when he kills the mum, which is him grabbing. The mum had like a premonition of him grabbing one of these other kids, and he doesn't have his mask on. He's just painted his face. He's not fully decked out.
He's like a clown or something.
And that was only 7 years before 1978, Oh no, because they said 7 years since 1980.
What are they?
Yeah, there's just a lot of time.
Serial killers don't stop killing unless they're BTK, I suppose.
There's just a lot of time between.
Yeah, which is why he's going to reappear. Because it's like, you're meant to be dead. We get rid of the body. He didn't get rid of the 200 others I've got buried all over the estate.
We also said this about it, which is kind of like that he never kills this camp. What seemed to be just all-boy camp, even though they do have a line earlier on that says we have to have the girls and the guys, the boys and the girls sleep separate. State law. I think I said to you, do you think that they've just made it that he kills boys because they don't want to try and make people assume there would be sexual violence towards young girls? Because the thing is, if he's kidnapping girls, like 12-year-old girls, and keeping them chained in his basement, that just screams like rapist.
There's a reason he's done that.
So I think they've just made it boys.
But he likes to inflict pain on them, doesn't he? That's the thing. He likes to break their spirit because he brings. Finn in the original, brings him food and everything, and like keeps him going, so he can abuse him and play those tricks on him. beat him and what have you.
Here, what do you think right, let's just see.
I think this would have done badly on both. I think it would have got 25% on audience. I don't think anybody liked it.
Okay.
And I think critics 35.
83 and 72. 83 on audience.
Wow. Gosh, yeah, I used to be good at this.
Well, what do you think box office was?
That this has made?
Yeah.
Oh, it costs?
Yeah, both.
So I'm going to say it cost 60 million to make. No, I'm going to say it cost 45 million to make.
30 million.
Okay, miles out. And I think it's taken 90 million so far.
110.
Wow.
I think actually it is like the second most best box office weekend after Sinners of this year, I believe, after Sinners. So, yeah, I mean, I guess sequels do get kind of anticipated.
People go expectations, but for people to go and like it seems a bit weird.
Yeah, especially when we're a bit more on the But to be fair, I wasn't a huge fan of the original anyway, so it's not like I think it's a good movie. But
I like the way the other boys did.
I like that.
That wasn't necessarily supernatural. That was like his brain telling him survival.
Yeah.
This is how he's like. Because like I always talk about, there's a bit where one of the violent kids goes, "Yeah, put like earth in the phone and make it into a club." You know, and doing stuff like that, and hide around, go into the...
Yeah, stuff like that. We generally did the original, even if it's not...
I didn't enjoy this anywhere near as much.
But if you guys could see it, well, you should. We'll have a look what you guys thought, and tune in next time for another review. Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye!